Hello, hello, and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to our 5-card draw, What Do We Need read for this beautiful new to full moon in August 2023. I am your reader, fellow Virgo, Sun sign, Mark, Angelo, Lyons, Mal. For short, they are my initials. I'm not bad. It's just spelled that way. I am a professional witch. I am a professional intuitive. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 25 years in service. I am the author of both Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch and Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Words of Grace has a Kindle version available, and there's a link in the description box if you would like to preview it for free. The original version, though, is over on Patreon. We have a shop now on patreon.com/drawingthecircle, so you can get all of my digital contracts a lot cheaper than elsewhere. But I kept it the same price as the Kindle version, just because. Make it easier, I guess. I don't know. All of my subscribers on Patreon get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, they get me pretty much every single morning in a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link. Did this morning. Had business to take care of for the business. But they chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the magical implications, the spiritual applications. Strike that, reverse it. Magical applications, spiritual implications. It's a lot to say every single time. And always ending with a prayer, a blessing, something, a meditation to send us on our way. And it really is the best way for me to start the day. But you do your best as you can with the schedules shifting like crazy timelines. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, as well as they get an extensive discount, private sessions and readings with me, spiritual counseling and all of that. We'll talk about that at the end of the reading if you're interested. And I just love it. Patreon is really an incredibly supportive and wise decision for my work, career, and vocation, and all of that as one thing. And we have 7-day free trials available for our first 2 levels, Seeker and Human. If you want to check them out, stay for a week, dip a toe, see if you like us, and stay along if you like. And if you're even just curious, just go click the link and see what I'm offering on the menu. Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Virgo power. Cross your legs. Hey, my Virgs. Oh boy, do we have quite an interesting 2 weeks ahead of us with this reading. So let's do some explanation for the new virgins and crosswatchers, and we'll get to the divination. Feel free to skip ahead, but we got a lot of Virgo stuff going on. It's like we're being targeted, I think, in this 2-week period. So let's do the explanation. If you're new to the channel, a 5-card draw is just 1 card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about anything in particular. But we are going to be fine-tuning it for a waxing moon, to plant a seed at the new moon and help it grow, manifest, whatever you want to call it, to the full moon. These 5 decks represent the 5 magical elements. For fire, we're using the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, what we yearn for, what we burn for, what our hearts desire. Element of earth, to fuel that fire, to ground and manifest that heart's desire. The Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. For the element of air, the Archangel Fire Oracle, which sounds a little contradictory, but it's not. The mental part, the angels and archangels and all of that, the thought part of it. Element of water, the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angela Hartfield, who also does the Whispers of Lord Ganesh that we use in the 8-card draw Shadow Reads, the companion series to the 5-card draws. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra card from his Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. What a coincidence. He's an amazing teacher, guys. Check him out. His YouTube channel, Matt Kahn All for Love, has really made a difference. And I'm an eclectic witch, so I will take mystical wisdom and truth wherever I can find it. That being said, let's have a look-see-dooksy here at this rather Virgo-targeted timeline of 2 weeks. Let's start with the new moon, shall we? The new moon on Wednesday, day of Mercury, our ruling planet. Wednesday the 16th goes void, of course, at the exact same time that it goes new at 5:38 a.m. Eastern. I am in New York. I'm not going to be awake for that. Doesn't matter. But it's not a good idea to do intentional work or magic work. You can meditate, you can pray. Divination's actually sometimes a little bit clearer during void, of course, but not great for magic. It's the planet of magic and reflection and magnetism and all of that. So it goes into Virgo, our sign, a new moon. It'll still be in that new moon vibe, 7:14 p.m. Eastern. So I'm gonna work after that. Maybe around 7:30 I'll settle in and apply what I get from my sun, moon, rising, and Venus readings from my own channel, because they work and they're working for me. But then we got 2 weeks of building, growing, expanding, manifesting, waxing to the full moon in Pisces, our opposite sign, but I'm a Pisces moon. I was born on this full moon 55 years ago, but September 6th, I got a while till that actual birthday. Again, happening on a Wednesday, day of Mercury, on the 30th of August, 9:36 p.m. Lovely. It's going to be a lovely, lovely Wednesday, but keep an eye on these Wednesdays, because in between these 2 days, wait till you hear this, well, the sun will go into Virgo on the 23rd of August, as it will. Happy birthday to us Virgos. But on the exact same day, a Wednesday, right? So when it happens on a Wednesday, the sun goes into Virgo, and Mercury goes retrograde, our ruling planet. I know, I did not want this. It just sort of happened. It goes retrograde on the 23rd and goes direct on the 15th of September. Thanks. So a lot of rethinking, reviewing. And that's going to affect everybody. It is a retrograde. Chiron is also retrograde right now. The asteroid, the wounded healer. Look where it is in your chart. It's in Aries going retrograde, and will do so until December 23rd. So happy holidays for that. Well, we're not done with retrogrades, but before that, Mars goes into Libra on a Sunday, the 27th of August. I think it's going to be an incredibly powerful day for healing and balance and all of that good stuff, to take action towards justice, inner and outer, I'm going to say. But then Uranus goes retrograde. I warned you. You got to take care of Uranus, otherwise it goes retrograde. On the 28th of August, goes direct January 26th of next year. Expect the unexpected, particularly with the rebel planet of Uranus, is the proper way of saying it, but I will never be able to avoid that joke, apparently. If you met my parents, you'd understand why. So that's global. I mean, there's no way we can really track what's going to happen with the amount of timelines that are available to us. And that's what these reads are for, to manifest your heart's desire by water, by earth, by air, by fire, in the spirit of unity, to shift to a more golden timeline, right? The shadow reads do the same. That's removing the 3 atoms in between lead and gold. This is about manifesting your heart's desire, which in my experience, is something that's assigned to us, written into our hearts, lifetime after lifetime, until we fulfill them, right? Because they're part of a bigger plan, a divine plan, an ineffable great plan, whatever you want to call it. I call it the plan for permanently peaceful, people-populated paradise, planet Earth, which you have to admit is certainly more of the gig we want, right? So your heart's desires are important, and that's why cross-watchers, you're welcome to my channel. But use this as an opportunity to get some insight, understanding, sympathy, empathy, and maybe even some service to the servants of the zodiac Virgos that we are, to help them manifest their heart's desire. They're just going to be happier, healthier, wealthier, and wiser. It's going to be better for you, I would think, cross-watchers, as well as you'll be helping all of the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers, because that's how holographic unity works. So thank you in advance for helping me manifest my heart's desire. So let's have a look-see-duck-see at what that might be. I think that's enough explanation. Let's get into the divination. The shift from one to the other happens in the still point. Watch this. Oh, what a day. It's been a busy morning, but I'm ready. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ancestral override. Using the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish to represent the element of fire, I call upon the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism for us Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. Beloved ancestors, what is the spell fragment, the clue, the tip, the hint from the magical spell cards to help us refine and clarify our element of fire, what we yearn for, what we burn for, what our hearts desire to manifest this beautiful, beautiful come on, our new moon in Virgo to full in Pisces. August 2023 harvest. I know this one by heart. We've gotten it so many times. I've had it in, like, I think my sun, my moon, my rising, and my Venus. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Barely had to look at the card, just checking for grammar. So, have you been working, Virgo? Who hasn't? Inner work, outer work, shadow work, healing work, right? Work, career, vocation, all of that. I am a hard-working Virgo. 4 planets, 2nd house, Leo rising. Yeah, Pisces moon. I am totally written to do what I'm doing. I'm doing my best. But yeah, a lot of seeds sown and a lot of fertilizing and a lot of weeding, certainly of the garden I'm using. Agricultural metaphor, I am a gardener. I love my garden. Earth sign, but to receive the harvest. And sure enough, we are at this time, and right after midsummer, Lughnasadh, or Lammas, the first harvest. We've got Mabon coming up. That's when the sun will go into Libra. And then we have the 3rd harvest of Samhain, right? So it's time. I'm ready. I hope you are too. Let's keep going. So that's our element of fire. Element of earth, the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine. Salerno, if you have the stone indicated, I put the same, I use the same 4 pieces of jewelry to put this magic in. This is a spell kit reading. I actually put it in the little wavy intro thing, spell kit reading. So I use the same pieces of jewelry, and, you know, but if you have the stone indicated, a little amulet, a little talisman, a little magical tool, a little something goes a long way, don't you find? This deck is consecrated to Archangel Ariel, my personal archangelic lineage. So please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ariel override. As I call to my beloved Archangel Ariel, one of the archangels of the north, powers of earth, hence the Crystal Oracle, beloved Archangel Ariel, Archangel of nature, Archangel of wealth, Archangel of Lyons, and I'm Mark Angelo Lyons, so my parents named me after you and had no idea. Please, beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful oracle message using the Crystal Oracle for the element of earth to fuel that fire, to ground and manifest our heart's desire? This our beautiful new two-full. August 2023. Oh, Labradorite. Yay, I have that. Yeah, I have a nice little, but a slab of it, like a nice little flat piece. It's just so lovely. Labradorite, like Labrador Retrieverite. And this one, I think, has a little bit more of, well, I won't call it weird, but if I remember this one correctly, because I've used Labradorite a lot. Telepathic communication, prophecy, oh, that's fun. Auras and energy. Little Trixie and Katya for you there. So telepathic communication, there we go. Oh, with all this Mercury stuff, that might actually be helpful. You will soon see that a particular situation that is causing concern and preventing you from moving forward is due to fear. That's lead. Gold is love. That's alchemy. 8-card draw shadow reads cover that. This realization is in itself a breakthrough. By acknowledging your fear, you transcend it and a whole new vista becomes visible. Now, this is true. Even I'm a student and teacher of Course in Miracles, have been for decades. It's pure non-dualist, right? It doesn't belong to any particular religion. It's not religion. It's a self-study course in spiritual psychotherapy. 365 lessons, man. I've done it twice. And it says, God, and I'll make it pagan, the gods cannot heal what we will not acknowledge, right? And that's an ongoing journey. You can't know it all at once. Sorry, I wish we could. We'd get it over faster, but that sounds horrible too. Soon, fear will no longer obstruct you, and you will move forward in leaps and bounds. Yes. As you begin to achieve your goals, you will realize that you can communicate with others telepathically, and that this form of communication can influence events in a positive way. Yeah, I know I can. But, you know, it's a superpower. You gotta learn how to use it, right? Even Kal-El stumbled a little bit. I'm sure he hit a couple of silos on his first flight out. By bringing your focus within, it is possible to energetically connect and communicate with everyone and everything upon this planet. Gotta have your feet grounded though, right? Gotta be connected to the Earth's electromagnetic field. Think about what we could do with the weather patterns, right? Just to calm them down. Or not, you do you. You will gain invaluable insight, which will help you focus your attention on that which will be of greater good for all concerned, including yourself. That's why, for the well-being of all, that includes us. I say it a lot. That's a Matt Kahn thing. This is an exciting and wondrous time for you. However, you are being cautioned to not abuse this newfound gift, and remember to always act through love and for the greater good of all. Villain or hero is what they're saying. Choose, right? Like you want to be Jean Grey or Dark Phoenix. There we go. There, I got both universes in there. You're welcome. We get an affirmation. I will probably write this down. At the heart of all creation, only love exists. Course in Miracles again. It says it in the very, very introduction. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can truly have no opposite, because you can't have fear without the illusion of separation. That's an illusion, blah, blah, blah. It stirs within my heart as it moves the earth and stars through endless cycles. All is interwoven with light. Light is truth. All is interconnected through love. There we go. Digging it. I got a ring. I got a slab. I like labradorite. But hello, my name is Mark, and I'm a selenite addict. Big time. I do love me some selenite. Pretty much all of these cards are resting on little selenite slab. Selenite slab. It's a good drag name. Let's get to our element of air, the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman, who takes all the different archangels and puts them in different historical and cultural guises, if you will. There's even an Oscar Wilde archangel, which is sort of amazing. But let's see who hits the table. Now, everyone has access to the archangels because your higher self is called the guardian angel in many ways, right? And so they all gang up and they join legions called archangels. Then the archangels gang up and they become the virtues, the thrones, the powers, the dominions, the seraphim, the cherubim, the principalities. I'm sure I'm missing one. So, yeah, all you got to do is ask, because they don't come unless you ask. They respect our boundaries. Isn't that lovely? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Archangelic override. As I call upon the beloved pantheon of archangels for us Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. My eyes are closed. I have no idea who is the Archangel waiting in the wings with their wings just all primed and fluffed and ready to zoom in and help us with the element of air to stoke that fire and manifest our heart's desire. This, our beautiful, nudiful August 2023. Oh, Zuriel, a whirling dervish. I like this one a lot. Card number 27. Don't remember. Diplomacy and fair play opened right to her. You can't see that, can you? Zuriel, diplomacy and fair play. Well, I think if we're, activating the mutant gene, right? All of a sudden we're metahuman. We really want to do that with fair play. Isn't that right, Mr. Miracle? I know, I'm like a DC comic geek, big time. I need the magnifying glass for this. Beloved Zuriel is known as God is my rock. Woof. And the angel of repentance, which just means to rethink. Penser from the French, to rethink. It doesn't mean like whip and lash yourself. Don't hair shirt yourself. I'm just hairy. There's a difference. Like the female Sufi whirling dervish on her oracle card, she is the regulator of opposing forces and governs the rotation of the heavenly bodies, keeping Mother Earth in sync with our solar system and universe. Now, didn't that labradorite kind of talk about that too, right? The interconnectedness of all of it. And I even said how we could be influencing weather patterns using this labradorite vibe. Zuriel stands for harmony and peace. As the celestial rock, she helps keep you rooted to the spot when you need to take a stand for what's right. I mean, we're not Tauruses, unless you got planets there. We're not Capricorns. We're Virgo. We like to shift and move mutable Earth. But when it's time to take a stand, you melt down sand, you get glass, right? Just saying. She is a formidable ally to have around when you are facing a conflict, especially when facing injustice coming from the opposition, as she literally cannot be budged into it. Zuriel acts as your inner backstop, preventing you from backing down in the face of unfairness. The message: call on me to bring harmony, diplomacy, and fair play to all your interactions. I will restore your equilibrium. Into it big time. And I can do the whirling dervish thing. I was a professional dancer for a while in my youth. I still try and dance a little bit every day, right? Whew, so it looks like I'm going to be whirling you dervishes. The Sufi tradition is so beautiful. I mean, Rumi and all of that. The Guest House. Just look up The Guest House by Rumi. You'll see what I mean. I have that one written down a couple of different places. But let's get to our element of water, right? I was talking about how, love with that labradorite, and particularly to harvest from a heart-centered place, is going to certainly give us more solid ground to stand on in terms of fair play and all of that. So, whispers of love, consecrated to the higher selves of all involved, so not just us and our cross-watchers, but to anyone, maybe even everyone. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, insight needed for the element of water, the love that is the divine power, the energy in motion that we experience as emotion when in physical forms, because we need glands and biochemistry to experience a lot of that. The love is the truth of who we are. What is your guidance, your grace, your whisper of love oracle for the element of water to help us manifest our heart's desire, this beautiful, beautiful? Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. Maybe you care about real play. Maybe that effort is done telepathically, more inner than outer to start with, and then the guidance comes. Remember, we've all been working inner and outer. So to have our harvest manifest, which is really perfect for a 5-card draw or any kind of waxing thing, right? Because you want to harvest, metaphorically or literally, whatever it is, those seeds that you planted, metaphorically or literally. So to make a genuine effort to show you care. Now that is heart-centered, right? It's not doing things so that people will think a certain way. It is coming from that place of fair play, right? That diplomacy, to be able to stand rooted as an earth sign and what? Be supportive. The element of earth is supportive. So is the element of water. Oh great, the landscapers are here. We're almost done. Yikes. Right outside my window too. How great. Can you be supportive? Well, whatever. So this kind of makes sense, right? And even to be supportive of ourselves, right? Self-care and all of that, particularly if you feel like there is opposition. And, we've got the rock here with Zuriel. And I think I can smell what she's cooking. The card of spirit, the Macon healing mantra. I work them pretty much every day. I know them all by heart. I've had the deck since it came out, I think 2018. So let's see, the card of spirit to unify it all. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly, on behalf of all of us Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, currently incarnate on mission, please, what is the perfect healing mantra for the card of spirit to help us manifest our heart's desire of harvest, what we yearn for, what we burn for, what our hearts desire, by the power of fire, water, earth, air, with the unity of spirit to help us manifest our heart's desire. This our beautiful new to full moon in Pisces, August 2023. overcoming fear. I will transcend every loss. Now look, let's talk about this. I'm going to read it from the bookie book in a minute, but here's the thing. Loss is one of the 4 ego wounds, according to Matt Kahn, and he's right. There's abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss, right? Their ego experiences, the divine literally is chosen to incarnate in order to help heal that for ourselves and therefore everybody holographically. I know it's a bit much. And maybe you were abused, maybe you weren't. I don't know anybody like that. Maybe you were neglected, maybe you weren't. I'm Generation X. I really don't know anybody like that. Maybe you've never been in a codependent contract or pattern ever. I don't know anybody like that. But everyone has had loss, and who's trained how to deal with loss in this world, right? We always think we did something wrong or someone else did something wrong. That whole praise, blame thing. Check out Taoism. They got quite a bit to say on that. So let me read you. Overcoming fear, right? Like the fear of not having your work come to harvest, right? Just as an example, I will transcend every loss. Now, will, throat chakra, that's our choice. That's our free will. We can choose to transcend that, but we can't do it alone. We got to ask for help, right? When fear is overcome, you are able to rest in the resilience of your soul, no matter how frustrated or inconvenienced your ego seems to be. Ding, ding, ding. You are able to embrace each obstacle and circumstances, life's auspicious way of helping you become the one you were always destined to be. Oh, we got to stick a pin in that. So yeah, all of our hardship, all of our suffering, all of our loss, you cannot have a thought of loss without fear, or a thought of fear without loss. Again, Course in Miracles seems to be playing through here. It's really well written, mostly in iambic pentameter too, which is just awesome. So think about that, right? Like, how much of that stuff are we carrying around unfinished within us, like unfinished business? Carolyn Mace, MYSS, PhD, I use her cards and I love her work. She says the goal really is to die with no unfinished business. I'm working on it, right? It'd be a nice harvest. In overcoming fear, every loss surely inspires a gain of insight for the evolution of your spiritual journey. This mantra is ideal for opening back up to life. I like it. Healing chronic fatigue. I just work like a Virgo. And releasing cellular memories. Now, so let's talk about that. Cellular memories. How many of our ancestors experienced incredible tragic loss? I mean, I'm a Euromut, man. I got him coming from all over the place, right? A quarter Sicilian, but the rest of it is all of those other calm races like German and Scottish, right? Right? Very, very, very angry people, right? And warriors, right? I come from warriors, and I really just want to hang out on the beach with, you know, a glass of wine, right? But no, that's not my gig in this life, at least not yet. So overcoming our fear, we'll transcend every loss eventually anyway. And how that loss plays out, they're all interconnected, right? So let's put this together in a blessimation, a blessing and a summation. And then we'll talk about some stuff afterwards if you want to hang around for it. Please take a nice deep breath. All in service. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for us Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross watchers, serving, watching this video, drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with everything that we need to manifest our heart's desire by water, by earth, by air, by fire, with the spirit of unity overcoming fear, because we will transcend every loss and we can be supportive of ourselves and others. We just have to make a genuine effort to show we care, and 9 times out of 10 we really do. Calling upon Archangel Zuriel for that fair play and diplomacy, the rock of God, right? So that we have firm ground to stand on, particularly in terms of our beliefs and our thoughts, as that all heals and shifts as we use the vibe of Labradorite. You know, I'm gonna to use that telepathy, that power, that healing, connecting us to unity so that we can create more happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives for not just ourselves, but everyone in our lives and everyone on the planet that wants that of their own free will. And of course, all of that would be required to manifest our heart's desire from harvesting the seeds sown. So, as the waves in the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forests grow tall, let our work now bring us to harvest. We are ready to receive our all for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. Bam! That was good. Hit the thumbs up. That's a good read. That's a very good read. Makes a lot of sense. So, if you want more of me here on YouTube, you know what to do. I don't have to tell you. Subscribe and notification bell and all that. Comment if you like. But really, over on Patreon, it's just so much more fun because there are no algorithms, right? You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything on that level of subscription. But regardless of your level of subscription, you get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount. Unless you are a 7-day free trialer. Yes, you will get the daily check-ins and the extended readings. But you gotta wait till at least day 8, right? To become, to get access to the extensive discount on private sessions and spiritual counseling with me, because I discussed it with my patrons. They're like, yeah, that's not fair. And so executive decision. And I love Patreon. Now we've got a shop there. You can buy my digital stuff. I've got some of them prayers from Words of Grace recorded. You play it MP3. We've got Words of Grace as a PDF, as well as Spell Ingredients. Spell Ingredients was the first one I did to see if I could make an ebook, and it did. And I love it. It's the coolest thing I've ever done. So come Patreon on Patreon, because again, I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, or at least a holographic aspect of her. But you can call me Mal. And if you want to book me for one of them private sessions with or without Patreonic intervention, there is a link in the description box, an 11-minute video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. It covers both readings and spiritual counseling, the half-hour of power, and all of that. I've never turned anybody away because of lack of funds. I'm a witch, and where there's a witch, there's a way, so we can work it out. I always do. We'll barter something or other. It just has to be something that I actually require if you're hearing me. But otherwise, I think this is a very, very powerful read for us. I mean, how much work have you done, Virgo? I mean, really, we do a lot, and we help a lot of we're the servants of the zodiac. So to have some of our heart's desires manifest is only going to help us do that better, right? But overcoming fear. Life is changed. My father said to me when I was relatively young, he said, the only statement that will always be true is this too shall pass. So, all that rises falls, all that falls rises is just how it goes. So hang in there, and I am here to help. I am here to serve anybody, but particularly my fellow Virgos, because we're one of the few sane signs of the zodiac, give or take. So hang in there. I love you. Virgo power, cross your legs, heal, hail, farewell, and blessed be.